The fancy little hands dance is how you know that the stream has officially started. um, so before we dive in, um, I just want to say, for the record, so I have loved Greek myths since as long as I can remember. Like, I'm pretty sure that a book of Greek myths, watered down to be safe for children, was one of the first books that I was ever given. And probably fairly early in my reading life, I was an early reader. Perhaps unsurprisingly, I wanted everything with words as much as possible, as fast as possible. Um, so, I have a lot of love for Greek myths, going back a very long time, and I have like this like deep personal connection to Artemis that I've gone into at length. And as you can tell, like, I have like, oh, I can't stand Aphrodite, I can't stand Ares, I love these ones, I don't love these ones, and I have this like internalized idea of who these gods are. But as we talked about last week, stories change over time. And they change over distance. So there are countless versions of each of these deities. I think so. So your mama Nama says I don't think any of the Greeks liked Ares. I feel like the Spartans did, because they were warful people. Is that a word? I don't know. But they were ready for battle, and so he could be. I think he was. Is he the patron god of Sparta? Because as was pointed out to me, we a lot of our understanding of the Greek gods has a bias of the Athenian viewpoint, because I guess the Athenians probably put together most of the stories. They were the ones who talked a lot instead of fighting as much. And go figure, if you put a lot of words into the world, your words are more likely to survive. But one thing that I think is really really important for me to say here is that as much as I will talk with confidence as though I know these gods, I've noticed I will talk about them and people will be like, actually, there's multiple versions of Aphrodite. And so the one that you're talking about, Lauren, is only one part of Aphrodite, when there's actually like an entire slew of Aphrodite interpretations out there. And I think that's really cool. I'm going to be talking about my personal relationship with, like, an understanding of and lifelong stories of these gods, with the understanding that nothing that I can do or say will encompass the entirety of every interpretation of these figures throughout time. I am not that magical. If I were a true scholar, then I would probably be able to provide a lot of detailed insight into these things. Like, I can tell there's a YouTube channel that a bunch of you have referenced that gives lots and lots of information. If I were that person streaming this game, then I would be sharing all of that information. But frankly, I'm not. While I think I have an above average familiarity with Greek myths, it's still obviously going to be more finite, vastly smaller than somebody who's actually focused a lot of their life to the, like, not just like understanding the stories, because I'm approaching this from a storyteller, and these stories resonate with me because because stories have always been like the most important thing in the world to me. And so Greek myths were like an early set of stories that had this profound effect on me. So I engage with the stories of the Greek myths. And obviously, like I've said, I've had this personal relationship with Artemis that kind of goes beyond just stories. But that is my engagement with the mythology, is as a storyteller, sharing the stories that I have built my understanding of the world as that, like, because all the stories that we read come together to shape us as people, especially the stories that we read as children. So there are pieces of me that are woven out of the threads of the stories of Greek mythology. Of course, only the versions of those stories that I encountered. So if you are looking for historical accuracy or completeness of things, I will not be able to deliver that. If you don't know Greek myths, do not take my interpretation as like the word of God, because it's not. It is limited, and it is biased, because I'm sure I've read plenty of stories that would have disagreed with my personal like tendency and feelings about the deities, like the characters, and I was like, yeah, that one didn't stick, especially with how bad my memory is these days. But what I can offer is like do not take what I say as a scholar's understanding. It is a poor shadow of that. It is an interpretation. It is like an actor assuming the costume of a character instead of the real person that was there. It is but one aspect and understanding presented for your entertainment, rather than your necessarily education, if that makes sense. I don't know if I was entirely clear about that at the start of my stream, that because I've been talking about, like, unlike Final Fantasy VII Remake, where I like didn't know anything about the characters, I know things about these characters, and I do, but this is where I'm approaching it from. So no, but see, Chrono, this isn't a tangent. This is a preamble. This is an intentionally structured, planned bit of information I felt compelled to start the stream off with before we dive on in. So what you're going to get from here on out, and what you've gotten before, is solely the Lauren filtered version of this. So you can tell me all you want, like, what your personal, like, research has taught you or what the experts say. And I am going to disregard that entirely, not because I don't care about it, because I do care about it. And I, perhaps when I'm done streaming this, would love to dig into that, because I do actually super enjoy learning about this stuff. But for now, that's not what we're doing. And I am not going to change my interpretation and relationship with these characters based on historical information that is provided to me, if that makes sense. Like, that's not what we're here for right now. But that can be what we do later. But fortunately for all of us, the people who made this game, they also don't care. Like, I am sure that in the process of making this game, they probably steeped themselves in a lot of different interpretations of these characters, of these stories. And then they were like, well, this is what we're going to do with it. And so I, approaching this as someone who has a lifelong relationship with these characters, and what I consider a decent understanding, a passable understanding of them all, I come across this, and I'm like, wait, they did what? Why is, not to the degree of Hera being Hercules' mother, because none of us can touch Disney when it comes to questionable interpretations of things. Oh my goodness. My sister and I had this joke, that Disney execs would, like, if they're like, we need to make a new movie, they would all get drunk and hang out, just completely drunk, and try to remember, like, I read this thing when I was a kid, I think it went like this. I mean, we had this joke long before drunk history was a thing, but basically that they, like, inaccurately drunk history the various things, and that's why nothing that they make is even remotely accurate to history or literature or whatever it's based on. But so the liberties that have been taken by Supergiant Games are perhaps not to that degree that I know of, but for me it is surprising, because their versions are not my versions. But likewise, I suspect that some of you, upon hearing me go off on Aphrodite and how much I'm annoyed that everybody likes her, but she's actually this really superficial, nasty person who deserves her fare with Ares. And so some of you might be like, but that's not Aphrodite at all, Lauren. She's not like that. She's absolutely the goddess of love, and she's wonderful. Okay. There's layers of this, and we're all coming to this with our understanding. So I don't know if that even makes sense or is helpful to hear as a tangent or anything, but I feel like that's really, really important for me to get off my chest, just to make sure. People really like Aphrodite. They're like, oh, the goddess of beauty and love, she's so wonderful. And I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, I always felt like I was alone in my dislike of Aphrodite, which is part of why I assert it so strongly. Because it's like, okay, those of you who watched me play Final Fantasy VII Remake, you're going to get a laugh. But I used to be like so anti-Aerith. Not just because I guess I should say anti-Eris to place this in time and space. Not just because I disliked her, but because I was very frustrated that everybody else thought she was the best character ever, and so I had to like aggressively be like, no, you don't understand, I really don't like this character. I know you all do, but I don't. I mean, okay, so we can laugh at me for that one, feel free, that's an easy one to laugh at, but but I felt the same way about Aphrodite, where it seems like a lot of people really liked her, and I was like, what's going on here? Why does everybody like... See, I don't think that Aphrodite and Aerith actually have much of anything in common, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of her, but I don't dislike her, I think, as much as I dislike Ares. I also really liked Hephaestus when I was a kid, because at least my encounter with Hephaestus was that he was like a nice, agreeable dude, but nobody took him seriously because he was disabled, and he deserved so much better. I was like, he and Hestia should get together because they're the only nice people in all of Olympus. And I'm not sure that I disagree with my past analysis of that. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know, no girl, possibly. But yeah, so that's that. So we're running around as this character who I guess was a minor god in like the original, but I had never even heard of Zagreus. I've been told that he did actually exist, that they did not make him up whole cloth, but yeah, like, Hephaestus just wants to do his thing, and, like, he gets this beautiful wife, and he's like, oh, yay, somebody loves me. And then she cheats on him with the worst possible dude. And they get, like, chained to the bed so everybody else can walk around and point and laugh at them. And I was like, yeah, you deserve that, you two. This is what I told you, though. Like, these are feelings that I have about Greek gods, and you're gonna have to hear them, or I suppose you don't have to. You could mute me, and then you'll just like see me flopping my arms around, and then fighting things. Oh, look at this! Look! May I once again, one of these days, I may not start a stream off, but look at this. Look! Do you know what this is? You do, because I did it last time. But I'm going to tell you anyway. This is me remembering which button is dash. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Now, that's not to say that we won't have times that I forget what dash is. But I remember. Because it goes on the bottom. Like your feet are on the bottom. I said that last time. I don't know if I'll say it again. Probably. If I had a jump button, but I don't. Oh, Skelly! Wait, check the display case. Check the display. Oh, what? What? I'm glad it told me to do that. I mean, I probably would have been like, wait, was this wheelbarrow thing here before? And then it wouldn't be that. And I'd be like, oh, I see. Okay. All right.
Got something new to try.
Ooh, what the heck is... Wait, Myrmidon. I know that. I know that word. I know that word. Oh, it's from Achilles. Hello, that dirty bird. Loyal warriors. Okay, I must have... Oh, okay. This is what he gave me for giving him my friendship charm. This is going to be like the pantheon in Bastion, I think, where you get things make you stronger but also weaker. So you have to figure out. Oh, maybe that's it actually, Yamamanama. If that's if there's like something etymologically to do with like bugs. I might have read something that had the Latin name of bugs, like ants or something. I don't know. I feel like if I were a tabletop role-playing character, I would have as one of my skills the random knowledge thing, where it's like roll a d20, and like if you get like a 19 or 20, then you like know something about whatever random topic that you're rolling about, you know? I don't know that I have that as much now again, because my memory problems are not so great. But actually, you know what it is? I bet that there are monsters in a JRPG that are ants that are named Myrmidon or something like that, or whatever that word is. I bet that's what it is. I bet this all goes back to like nerds making video games. Somebody find me like a warrior ant from a Final Fantasy with a name like that or something like that, and that is what it is. So much of me having read a random thing. No, I just play video games. I haven't played Final Fantasy 13, unfortunately, so it can't be that. Final Fantasy. Oh no. Oh no, Hippie, oh no. The worst. Puns. Fat Cat Matt, by the way, thank you for following. Welcome to Lauren Talks About Things. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Swedish? Man, if Sataki were here, Sataki would be able to explain why something that is Greek has perhaps has perhaps carried over into Swedish or something like that, and why those are related. We have a linguist who hangs out in our Discord server, so they have lots of educational information on words, which is very exciting for me, because I like words. I know you can't tell because I never share words ever, but I don't think I'm gonna why not? Like, it can rank up, and I bet if it ranks up, maybe I get more dialogue with my friend Achilles. I wonder, okay, don't tell me, but if I encounter Patroclus at some point, that would be amazing. I could start relaying messages between Achilles and his boyfriend. Okay.
Should help.
We're gonna do that. I want that to happen. I want that to happen. Alright.
You're getting pretty strong, I'll give you that, boyo. Strong enough to smack a guy like me right up against the wall and I'd go straight to pieces. Boom! You just remember, when you're duking it out, the walls are your friend.
Walls?
Smack guys against walls. Sound advice as ever, mate.
That is good advice. I really love, like, you know, we are the gods of the underworld, wearing our fancy pants outfits, and we've got our fancy pants things in our hair. And then, like, Skelly has this ridiculous accent, and then we just summarize that as smack guys against walls. Like, yes, I can remember that. You put it into the kind of terms that might stick in my brain. Maybe. All right. See if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, so I can't dash to push him. No, Skelly, I'm trying to push you. Skelly. Skilly, did I don't remember it getting special, but it got special and now it's like glowing all purpley.
Prestigious blade of the underworld, I need your strength.
Has it?
Want to try that thing out?
Okay, so it tells me what buttons do what. Oh, hold on. The timing is wrong.
Stuck me good.
Oh, Chrono, you have no idea how much you just helped me. Give me that back, Skelly. Wait.
Hey.
So Chrono just taught me something that I will actually potentially remember. So. No, it's okay. It's okay. Everything else is confusing. But the blob is gonna stay... The blob is gonna stay the same regardless of which thing I'm using.
That kind of hurt.
Oh, what? Okay, I got it back. Okay, cool. Can I? Did I get it back? I did. Got it. Sorry, I got distracted. But I got really distracted. Okay, I believe in you. So I just talked about mnemonic devices are very helpful for me. The thing is, okay, so I don't even understand what a special move is yet. I'm going to have to keep playing with it for a while before I can be like, oh, I know what this is, and I'm going to have to classify it as a thing. So this is the blob. It'll do. And use the B button. So yeah, so we've got the feet button and the blob button. And like, what else do you need? Wait, where'd my blob go? Blob! See, because there's a blob indicator at the bottom of the screen that tells you how many blobs you've got. See, it's the... What was it? Did we decide it was the blood orb? Was that what we decided? Alright.
Just need to get from here across all that.
Now I know I can come over here and brood anytime I want. So you better get used to seeing brooding. Farthest chamber reached 15. Okay. Yeah, no, I know we saw it earlier, but... Can I just talk to you? No, I can't just talk to you. Alright. We're gonna dive in and do this.
Darkness, give me strength.
He really wants to get out of here. I believe in you, kid. I don't know if I believe in me, but I believe in you.
Cries of battle.
I did just spend some time trash talking him. I wouldn't have known who that was, but when he says the cries of battle, I assume this is going to be Ares. Why do they always make Hades the bad guy in things? They should just make Ares. No, but Ares is the bad guy in things a lot. Actually, isn't he the bad guy in Xena? And something else. What else is he the bad guy in? I swear. Yeah, he heard me talking trash. He did. Oh, and Wonder Woman. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see what their interpretation of Ares is. We'll see if it's compatible with my interpretation of Ares.
This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Oh, he is in God of War. I've seen the first God of War. Yes. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that Ares gets to be the bad guy in a bunch of things. And I'm delighted to see that Zagreus seems just as thrilled with him as I am. So I guess I guess Ares is gonna come along at some point. Ha ha. Ha ha. Let's see.
Got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing.
What are you
And yet
wearing?
no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
No, but see, I think you're missing it, Ares. I think you're missing something here. I don't want to have to do, like, all of this, like, death stuff. Like, I'm done. I want to go do something else. You can come down here and do work for my dad. How does that sound? Do we have a deal? No, it's not the armor. It's his face. What's going on with his face? He's too, like, is he, like, did he paint a stripe on his face? Or did he paint the rest of his face and the stripe is the only stuff that's not painted? Like, I can't tell. He has a face on his chest, though. He's got eyes and a nose there. It looks kind of like a dragon. I don't know what the Greek equivalent of a dragon would be, so I'm trying to remember. Did he have anything to do with Hydra? I don't know. But which part of his face is painted? Like, the thing is, I can't tell. I assume that he painted the part that's the smaller amount. Okay. Alright. That makes sense then. I thought he was wearing gloves because his hands look enormous. They're so big. They look really big, and I'm just trying to make sense of what's going on with the perspective on the hand on our left. That's a good point, Green Lanyard. That's a good point. Okay. So when I first saw him, I couldn't quite process what was going on with him, and so I thought he was, like, wearing, like, I thought that, like, all of the top part of his face was a different color, and I thought maybe he was wearing, like, a ninja mask. I'm turning the brightness up on my computer, and suddenly everything is clearer. It's funny how that works. I tend to keep it with the brightness all the way down because I work with documents so much that, like, that's just blinding staring at, like, a white screen. But for something like this, it's helpful to actually have contrast and brightness and things like that. Yeah, his hands look like gloves. They're so big. All the better to kill people with, I suppose. Oh, he's got one of those belt skirts. I had a teacher in high school who was probably one of the, you know, occasionally you have a teacher and you're like, this teacher is too good and should not be allowed to be a teacher. I'm surprised they're still allowed to be a teacher. And he, in fact, got taken out of teaching and became an administrator. But he was great. And it was a class on, I don't remember what they called it, but it was basically like history and culture. And so he actually dressed up as a Greek soldier with a belt skirt one day. It was amazing. Yeah, okay. Special. Is that the jump button? I think that's the jump button. What does Doom do? Oh, it tells me. Oh, Doom damage. I'm sorry, but Dr. Doom is very hard to take seriously, and Doom damage sounds like something he would come up with. Now, I don't actually know, like, the spread of the, like, visual, like, ethnicity of the various pantheon. Like, so I don't know if, like, Ares is one of many, or if that is a decision that they made, in which case, like, that would be a possibly questionable thing to have taken. But I haven't looked at the whole pantheon altogether, so. Okay. Well, if most of them are that way, then, like, various darker shades of skin, which is cool. That gives more easy cosplay ideas for a wider range of people. I mean, you then have to, like, be, like, half naked and beautiful if you want to be exactly this character, but there's room for interpretation however you want to. So gray-skinned. Okay. That sounds good, though, but this one says it's epic. Let's do that. Sure, why not?
This is my fight.
Alright. I don't know what that meant, Ares, but not Ares. Zagreus. I'm Zagreus. No, 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 no. I have to remember how to do this because this is not the weapon that I was using last. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know who else hates Ares? My pal Achilles. We can all be unified. That also might have influenced Zagreus's expectation of and relationship with Ares as well, given that we now know that Achilles was Zagreus's instructor and friend. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, except apparently Aphrodite enough to have an affair with him and hurt poor Hephaestus. Ares likes Ares enough to make up for nobody else liking him. Oh, man. That's fantastic. I am delighted to know that this is the case. Yes. So many foes. Alright. Smash things. Smash all the things. Bam. Blam. I guess at least those hands don't look distressed. They're just reaching out like, oh hey, just hanging out here in sticks. Okay. Do I remember how to play the game? Maybe. Oh, hello. Okay, you are the enemy. I was gonna go try to talk to you, but I guess I don't get to do that. Okay, so you don't want to get hit from behind because we have a thing that makes it so we don't want to get hit from behind. Eek! Oh, did you see that? That wasn't intentional, but I'm still going to take credit for it. Backstab? No, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, wall slam. Did you see that? I got wall slam.
All set.
So exciting. I don't know that I can take credit for having used the floor trap, but maybe I can. Look, I would talk to the enemy if the game gave me an option. The number of times I have taken damage. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Right. Do you remember how I died last time? I had to choose between the gods. And obviously I'm going to choose my absolute favorite patron goddess. But good old Mr. Poseidon wasn't very happy about that and tried to kill me. And by tried to, I mean did. And I thought it was a playful... I know better. I know better. But despite knowing better, I, in my infinite wanting to believe peace in video games, was like, oh, this must be nothing more than a playful decision. It's just a light competition, no big deal. We're all family here. And maybe Poseidon's not actually genuinely mad. Maybe he's play mad and also knows that he's not gonna like murder me for good. But he might also be legitimately mad at me for that. Like, Wars were started because of contests between the gods and lots of people died. So, so that's cool. All right. Please don't murder me. Let's see if he recognizes. I bet that there's going to be dialogue option about that.
Welcome.
Okay, I gotta be careful since I've got the back. I get extra backstab damage. I gotta be careful about those crystal things. Ah! Oh, do you hear this music?
Who dares to mess with little Hades? Point me at them, nephew, and we'll leave them shivering and sopping wet, you'll see.
Okay, we're friends again, and that is so cute! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's adorable. That's adorable. Oh my god. How cute is that? I'm sorry, I feel like no girl has it exactly. The only person who gets to dunk you in the pool is me. I think that's the sentiment, yes. This is so, I'm sorry, this is just a very, very adorable bit of dialogue. Also, don't you love the way his hair, like, looks like waves? Like, it's got the, like, little, like, bloobly bloobs of, like, air bubbles coming through the water. But his hair is, like, splash. It's so great. I like that. His design is really nice. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a mertail. I mean, he probably doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Look, I do words. This is so cute. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's a lot more. Just think of the interior decorating I could do with that. Thank you for following that dirty bird. Welcome to Lauren's, Lauren's, words emporium. We have many words. I can be on the upgrade? I could get things that would make me better at things. I did that. But this way I can do interior decorating when I die. And that's awesome. Like, who doesn't want to decorate the happinessless Hall of Hades? That's right. Sick burns right here. We're gonna do this.
Felt that.
Oh man. Okay, game, you are offering me friendship juice, or I don't even remember what this does. I don't even care what this does. Are you kidding? Friendship juice. The most important thing in any game is friends. As in life. Oh no, I got hit! I don't like that. Oh, that blew that guy up. Cool. Eek. I got friendship juice. Oh, I'm so excited. I also got a new
Good batch.
update. Hold on. Okay. Oh man. They're all bad, so don't feel bad about beating them up. That's what I got from that. Oh man. Alright. This is monies. No, this is sticks. This is Sharon? I think? No? Okay, careful. Blam, 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 blam. Blam, blam, blam. Okay, I gotta be careful here because... Ay! Oh, there's... Ay! That's not good. I took a lot of damage there. I don't like that. These guys are doing... Jeez. I don't like you. Did I launch you into the wall? Oh, I hope so. Oh, does that guy have food in his hands? Yes. Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, that's right. I get lots of money because I got the thing. He sounds so pleased with himself when he says excellent. Like when he says excellent in that tone of voice, I like want to smack him, but also give him a hug. Like, it is that exact tone of voice. Because he's absolutely that. He's absolutely that archetype. Athena had better like you, Zacharias, because you are definitely her type of character. No, he's not the boy I love to hate. No, I legitimately love little smartasses with hearts of gold. They're like one of my favorite things. But also like, you just want to like stop. But no, they're great. They're fantastic. I love them. Get out of there! Get out of there! That didn't go so well. Oh. Deek! Shoot. That was my own fault. I'm not doing so well this time around. Wall smash.
Oh my.
I'm not doing very well this time around. Look at how little health I have. All right. I don't remember. Oh, and this is the shield, isn't it? I think this is Athena. Oh, man. What are you? Big and hard and scary. I don't like you.
Don't do that.
Oh. This is a boss. I hear the guitars of this being a boss fight. Get out of there. Okay. Okay, Lauren, pay more attention. Don't walk into the lasers. Don't walk into the lasers. Kill the laser things and don't get lasered. Don't get lasered. Oh my god. No, oh my god. There's so many lasers. Stop. Oh, no. No, stay out of the laser, Lauren! Stay out of the laser! Oh my god.
One less giant evil crystal then.
Oh, I forgot. Do I have an AoE? Is that what the X button does? Oh, I was just thinking I needed one of those. I saw that... Oh, the AoE is the one that has Doom on it? My jump button is an AoE? Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if I have a chance to do anything with that. I saw that it was low on health and it was with its actual health bar. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it and try to kill it before it kills me. And that's what we did. Okay.
You're badly injured, aren't you, cousin? I wish that I could will the pain away, though at least I can provide you this.
She's really cool. I'm sorry. Athena's really cool. Like, I'm trying to think. Thank you, Blinkspat. Maybe I can remember that. But then I used a different weapon, and then I got very confused, and the mnemonic devices went away. I really like Athena. I would say she's definitely top tier. Maybe top 3. I mean, obviously Artemis is number 1. But Athena's up there. I really like her. She might even be number 2. Who else would be number 2? Okay, so the thing is, I love Hestia. I love her, like, in a, like, but she, like, by her very nature can't be anyone's favorite character. She just can't. Like, she wouldn't know what to do. If she was your favorite character, she'd just be like, oh, but I'm just here guarding the hearth. Oh, Dionysus, man. Dionysus gets points. They tried to kidnap him, and rather than murdering them, he turned them into dolphins. Like, as Greek gods go, that's actually pretty kind and generous. So, I think we can give him points for that. Hermes was my favorite when I was really little. I really liked Hermes because, again, I like clever little smartasses. I'm allowed to say that word as many times as I want because we were playing Hades. I really liked Hermes a lot as a kid. Trying to think who else might be in the running. There's probably someone. But Athena's definitely one of my favorites. Oh, she's so great. So I assume that her dialogue there must be a flag that's like, you're almost dead. And she's like, I see you're almost dead. This isn't so good. Attack is stronger. Considering that's the only button I've been doing damage with. I forgot I had an AoE. This is what I mean. Like, buttons are my weakness. Okay, resist damage from traps. That's handy, but I don't think this is going to do me no good because I'm going to have very little health, so I need to not be taking damage. So let's do this.
Divine protection.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Just this charming skill. Wait, hold on.
Damned lost souls with nowhere left to turn congregate in deepest Tartarus, where they fuse together with the earth itself into odious forms which defy description.
He's just so extra. I love him. He loves his job so much. No, it's up to me to see the shining narrator spots. If I don't see them, I am not doing my job.
They basically turn into big crystals.
Because can you tell he... So most of the time he kind of talks like this because he's talking to himself. He's like muttering in his cleverness, making clever observations. But he raised his voice, like wasn't just like speaking a normal voice. He raised his voice because he's talking to / responding to the narrator. I love this. What do you mean I can't smash? I guess that's a statue of somebody with their head in their hands instead of bad. God, I don't even know what we would do with the drama queen scale with this game. What are you little bloobly blobbly bloobs? Yeek! No.
Come on, then. unlock something back home.
He says that as though he's not assuming that he's not going back home. He at this point, I think, has accepted that he probably will. Okay. Huh. That is interesting. So they wish to run away. And therefore doom themselves. It's not so good. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. That's so many bloodstones. Does that mean like throwing your bloodstone and then catching it? Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. If you didn't think I was gonna do this as soon as I figured this out, you don't know me. Yes, look at this. It's lore grinding. No, we can do this. It's pretty fast if you do it efficiently.
Not now.
I'm sorry, Zagreus. Oh man. I like that image, Shomai. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. How are we doing? Look at that! We're already halfway done. Okay, okay. I see my AoE is indeed jumping. Look at the like cool way he poses when he throws it forward. They were like, how do we make this character look cool in every possible moment? Okay. We gotta be getting pretty close. Yeah! Oh, we're almost there. If there's one beyond this, don't worry, we won't do like 100. Okay, we're so close. There we go. So sorry. It didn't take that long. I didn't think it would. Okay. I don't understand this one. But Hades has bloodstones. So if Hades is the final boss, he's going to have a bunch of those and they're going to suck for me. I think I want this one. I think this is the one that will give me health back if I survive. Yeah, don't tell me.
That must be one of those infernal troves.
Oh. Locked. Excuse me. Oh my god, there's so many things! Good thing I have an AoE indeed. I want this treasure chest. I think. Oh, maybe I don't want that. I bet that's hard. I bet that I'll die. But then again. Okay. Pomegranate or... Let's see. I can shop through here. His little wishing well. Alright. Chimera jerky. Oh. Provides a lasting benefit when acquired. And so these are the monies that he takes when he ferries you back home. So this is monies that you can't use outside of this run. Got it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I could probably use that. I mean, how much money? Oh, I've got a, oh, right. I got a thing that means I get lots of monies. Special. That's my AoE. Okay. That's much better. I really enjoy backstab.
Sold.
What does this have to do with Chimera jerky makes your special? What else am I going to do with it? Alright. Well, probably as good a time as ever to do whatever this trial is. I'm probably going to regret it, but I might as well find out what it is.
I'll take what's mine.
Oh, jeez! Oh my god! What am I doing? Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Lauren, do better, do better, do better, do better!
I should not be the supervisor here.
Now to collect.
Huh. How do I collect the reward? Ah.
Thank you, Father. For safekeeping.
He's so sassy. Thank you, Father. Okay. This one will give me money. And what do palms do? Hold on, hold on. No, the game tells me. Here we go. So this is monies. Oh, it doesn't tell me what it does. What does it do? I know this one. Okay. What does this one do again? I don't remember. Except it always makes me think of Muggles. Makes your boons stronger versus more monies. Okay. Monies can be traded for more healths. Boons are fine, too.
Brought it all up.
I'm glad that there's custom dialogue for that. Okay, I'll list this at once. All sales! Oh my god, do you see the fine print? Upon demise, all things are returned to Karen. All sales are final. Amazing. He has small print, fine print. Oh man, which one of these do I, which way? I've still got monies. Let's go this way. Okay. Lauren, remember how to...
Let's call it even.
I remembered that I have an AOD. And by... Jeez! Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Tower of Olympus.
Okay. Oh, attack can deflect. Sounds nice. Hi, Rowan. Yes, it's a very good game. Special inflicts doom. Doom damage. Doom damage. Doom damage. Give me a chance to stumble into it myself, Chrono, if that's okay. Special, that's my AoE, right? I can do more.
Powered up.
Yeah. I'm gonna activate you, little spiky. Okay, so I don't know what the spiky things are supposed to be, but to me they look like they've got eyes, a nose, and then this like the shape down the middle of them look like nasty grinning evil teeth. I don't know that that's what they're supposed to be. Look at those just like sitting there watching me.
No one's here.
Zagreus, commenting on everything in sight is supposed to be my job. I'm going to try to take the key. Or smash something. Okay, that did not activate anything. There's a thing to look at. I want to look at the thing. No, what? Look at the thing. Look at the thing. Look at the thing. Look at the thing. Okay. Restore the health. But there's hold on. This is very important. This is very important. Here we go.
A place of calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be found, in fact.
Ah.
And not a moment too soon.
We were doing okay. We came back from the brink of death somehow.
I can use this to unlock a weapon.
Or a door. Okay. So, choosing between Athena and Poseidon, which did not go over well for me. And then there's like an exclamation point with like shiny things. Let's find out what the exclamation point is, shall we? Music.
Your Highness.
Hello, friend! Is this Sisyphus?
Hey, Princess. Must look like I'm slacking off with the old boulder here, but I was just getting back on my feet. The Fury Sisters don't often leave me be. Where'd they go, anyway? And, what are you doing here?
Prince Z. Oh my god, I have another friend.
Well, you know, just out on a little stroll was all. Do me a favor, though. You see the Fury Sisters, let them know I was headed down the way I came from, will you?
Oh, I'll let them know, all right. I hear you loud and clear, Your Highness. I'll just go about my business now, and you take care.
Those others are gonna gossip, though. Did you see the looks on their faces when this conversation happened? Oh, Sisyphus. I guess he did say Z instead of Z, didn't he? Because apparently everybody who isn't American says Z. He's like just so the power of words. Sisyphus furtively offers a choice of benefits by slipping that little adverb is doing a lot of work. Like he's gonna get in trouble if he gets seen. He really shouldn't be stopping. He really shouldn't be doing this, but he's still gonna try to do it anyway because he wants to help. I think that's pretty great. Huh. This isn't very useful for me right now. This could be useful.
No worries whatsoever.
Cheers, mate.
He just He gave me a euro and fries. Okay. Thanks, friend. Oh man. Okay, so he restores you to full.
Thank you for picking up a bit.
Oh my god, he likes it when I destroy things. Sisyphus, you and I are gonna be friends. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god, I love him. I love him. Okay, hold on, let's see. Oh man, Sisyphus, you're my pal.
Why shoe those shades of
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I was trying to smash things, but I like that he comments on the things that I do. Somebody is like hiding. Somebody little bitty's there. Hello, yes, I see you. Some of them are blue instead of green. What's up with that? Like you? You're blue. I found Sisyphus, and he's my pal, and we are friends, and we're gonna be friends always. And I'll get all of us out of here, and things will be better. Oh, bye, Sisyphus! This sounds like it might be. Oh!
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
Charon's shot.
Okay. Is this a message? Like, can I buy a message from Artemis? Is that what this is? Or is this, like, what is... Why would I ever say no to that?
Should come in useful.
Oh,
You know,
yes!
one thing I'll say for Charon there, he doesn't talk too much. And since neither do you, I'm letting you have this.
She hasn't met him yet. I don't know what you're gonna think of him once he actually has a chance to talk back, Artemis. She's so great. I love that her thighs look like she runs around a lot. I think that she's awesome. I should draw fan art of her at some point. That's a theremin. I need to ask my friend who plays theremin if he knows this. I don't know what call is. Okay. Cast is the blob. I'm not good at dash strike. Oh, deep shock. You mistake my interest in Artemis. Artemis is an asexual character in my eyes. She is the patron goddess of that. And while I don't think she's exactly 100% aromantic, because I do think that she and Orion had something special, like, no, she is the patron goddess that I swore myself to when I was a little girl. She's not a hot woman to appreciate, if that makes sense. So yeah. Oh, call is summon. It's when you, it's a summon. Oh my god, I can summon her. I can summon Artemis. Karen is like, meanwhile, like, breathing creepily. I suppose it's the limit break, sure, but I don't know. It seems like a summon, but I don't think I would know when to do that. Let's not. But I don't use. The thing is, none of these are moves that I use. I feel like Chrono and Blinkspat had the exact same idea there. Well done. I mostly blob attack by accident, but I'm more likely to do this because I do dash and I strike. I do those things a lot.
Time to hunt.
Yes, she's the best. Oh, I can talk to him.
Hey, Carol, if there happens to be something really horrible awaiting me beyond that door, then give me a sign, won't you?
The narrator already gave you a sign, Zagreus. Karen is... I love Zagreus so much. Alright. Well, this is as good as it's gonna get, folks. Okay, bottom is jump. Or oh, God.
Ever stubborn, aren't you? Maybe my whip might make you reconsider whatever it is that you're attempting here.
I really do feel like she's going for a similar sound to Disney's Meg.
Your whip's not been all that persuasive in the past.
Is that more than I want to know about the two of you? I'm sure the internet has provided many thoughts in that direction.
Maybe persistence will pay off for both of us. Come then.
All right. Eek! Okay, you don't want that. Don't. There what? Okay. Oh, geez, that was my fault. That was also my fault. No, you summon more bad guys! I don't want you to summon more bad guys. You're plenty, thanks. Oh my god, she's doing so much damage to me. Oh, jeez, I did that wrong. No, I literally ran into it. Oh, the worst, the worst!
Finally.
Whatever, I did well enough that she got sassy and mad. I think I did well.
I'll get you for that, Meg.
We will. I think that was a good run. I think I did a good job. Granted, I went to fight her on like full health, and I don't remember if she had a health bar. She probably did, and I didn't see it because I was busy freaking out. But I bet I made a dent in it at the very least.
What happened to Hypnos?
Again, Zagreus, commenting on everything in sight is my job. How will everybody know that I'm noticing things if you notice them before I can notice them? Amazing. Okay. Well, no, but Blues, the reason why I had full health is because I bought a lot of stuff and then I ran into Sisyphus. And so I definitely did not take damage along the way.
Such a shame.
Oh, shut up, Dad. Left triggers.
You are the
pet.
best, you know that, don't you, boy?
He's so cute.
Seek pity someplace else.
Shut up, Dad. Nobody asked you.
Hey, boy, just me again. Here to report, it's pretty dangerous out there, even without you on guard duty all the time.
The venerable hound of hell barely acknowledges the softly spoken prince's platitude, knowing full well the underworld is not as vigilantly guarded as in ages past.
That's interesting. What has changed? Perhaps Hades has gotten so preoccupied with the minutia of his paperwork that he has forgotten or no longer makes time for what is actually supposed to be his primary occupation. And perhaps in this process, we will shake him out of whatever has gotten him stuck in his paperwork. And he will become whatever he's supposed to be.
You're back.
Yes. Oh, man. So, like, I could give presents. I could even give a present to Dad, probably. So let me... Yes, you can give a present to Dad. I kind of want to. Just to see what happens.
Say, I was wondering, Achilles, any news of Orpheus of late? I've not seen him around here in some time. He's still paying his dues?
What do you... Okay, so Orpheus shouldn't be hanging out here. Unless this is like after he... I guess this could be just after he got torn apart. And wound up dead. I guess without Eurydice.
That I believe he is, lad. Your father, he was none too pleased with him last time I saw him here. I tried my best to simmer down the situation, but you know how it goes. I hope your father cuts his sentence short.
Ah, okay.
I hope so too. If you do see him, tell him I said hi.
Oh, Zagreus looks so sad. Okay, so my friends are Achilles, Sisyphus, and Orpheus. That is not a bad group of friends. I mean none of them are like in great situations, although Achilles is definitely doing the best. Okay, so I'm gonna do this.
Why, I can scarce believe my eyes. Is that you, boy? Cerberus, look who it is. He's back.
Sarcasm runs in the family.
Cerberus looks mournfully toward the prince.
No need to drag the dog into this, father.
Anything you say to me, you say in front of Cerberus. You might even learn a thing or two from him of listening and of obedience.
I am entirely too American to like the idea of obedience. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it. I was gonna save this for Artemis because she's my favorite, so I got it specifically to give as a gift to Artemis. But I didn't realize I could give it to Hades, and I want to see what happens if I give it to Hades. So I'm gonna do that.
Hey, father, I thought maybe, here.
Oh!
Where did you get this? You think you can butter me up with such trifles? Give me that, and then get out of here.
Oh!
You're welcome, father.
Oh!
Bring forth your cases, Shades.
Oh!
Keep moving next. Why are you here? Get to the point. Laughable. Denied.
There's a lock on the next heart, so I won't be able to do. Yeah. So the thing that's like so incredibly sad about that is that okay, so I had to check. So Achilles is still Employee of the Month. See, here's the Employee of the Month. Oh look! They're actually hanging out here. Oh, I'm so glad. See, look at the Employee of the Month club.
Achilles in the spotlight.
See? This time I commented on it before you did. Do you hear how proud he is of his friend? It's really cute. Yeah, no, I'm glad that they did that because like you can tell so much from the way the dialogue is both written and delivered. Which I think is a strength of this because instead of like hiring actors, they like, which I mean it's good, like if you hire a good actor then you can give them the direction, but in this case the people who are voicing the game are like involved with like the making of the game, so they know exactly how these lines should be delivered. So the way Zagreus, like there's so much there. He loves his father. He wants his father to love him. And his father does love him and is the absolute worst at it. It's the best sort of frustrating, tragic. It's good. I like it. Yeah, no, the thing is, if Zagreus if the delivery of that hadn't been so raw and vulnerable, it wouldn't have hurt as much. But he's taking a risk giving this to his father, and his father did exactly what he was afraid he was going to do. Man, it's so good. It's so good. Hello, chef.
What's for breakfast?
The ancient casks of wine hidden within the recesses of the House of Lord Hades. Few have tasted the intoxicating vintage they contain, and fewer still are permitted anywhere near their vicinity.
Still waiting for the festive occasion when we'll open one of these.
Maybe we should just have a good old drinking party. That feels very appropriate. Did he? Are these his sheddings? Is this his fur? I think that's his fur. Wait, there was a thing I could react to. No.
No time to rest.
I'll rest when I'm dead. Yes. Sass pants.
Anything good?
Okay, so if I decide I don't care about weapons. After each escape attempt for the latest limited time offers. I don't... Okay. What do you trade? Oh, you trade a nectar for darkness. No, thanks. Hi, Mom.
Support you however I can, my child.
See, now I know that when she says my child, she's actually my mom saying my child instead of her just referring to all of the young people of the night as her children.
Until next time.
Thanks, Mom.
Next.
Bum, 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 bum. I feel like I should know what some of these are, and I don't. So let's see if I can figure it out.
Denied. Out.
All right. Hello, Metars. Faded list of minor prophecies. An object that unlocks something you could not do without it. I don't know what that is, but I want it. As cool as all of this is. Okay. As great as that would be. I'm gonna get this. I'm sorry.
How about this, contractor? The fated list of minor prophecies. That sounds somewhat exciting, I suppose.
You requisition that useless bit of parchment.
Dad does not approve. Oh well. Alright. He is a grump. He's absolutely a grump. Okay. So the Great Hall is where we are right now. The West Hall is Achilles' room. And all I can do is make cool seats there. But the lounge is super cool. And I can clean the lounge and then make it fancier. Oh, a fancy room. Oh, there's so many choices. I don't even know that he's like acting like I'm using his card, although he's all, I can see that. But also mostly he just disapproves of everything I do. Oh, hello!
I hope you're having a nice stay. Even though you don't want to live here anymore, Your Highness.
She's so adorable and so awkward.
And there she goes again.
Oh my god. She's so cute. I wonder if she's been cursed to be only a head.
Hey, that must be the fated list.
Oh man.
The fated list of minor prophecies.
Ah. Someday break free from the realm in which he was born. You get so much stuff if you actually get out. Okay. Hera, obviously. I mean, maybe they'd put somebody else there, but Hera is the one that makes the most sense. Okay. I guess I'll do that. Oh, they give me rewards. I didn't even see that. So once I've met everybody, then I'm going to have lots of friendship juice to give them. Excellent. Good. Oh, Daedalus is the hammer. Got it. I haven't done so great. This is going to take a while to get. Someday reveal a portion of the underworld codex entrusted to him. I mean, I assume in this case they mean like I'm going to uncover the information, as opposed to share it with someone else. Okay then. Examine. Where's the examine button? I saw examine. There we go.
The fate-abetting prince perhaps believes it was through his own choice that he procured the fated list of minor prophecies, but it was preordained.
Oh no, not this determinism thing again.
Oh my god, that's the literal best thing they can possibly have. Oh my god, this is the best follow. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. I was about to go off on that. I don't even have to, because Zagreus had a one-liner about it. And we're set. What else is there to say? He said it all. Thank you, Zagreus, for your contributions. Your important contributions to this.
Just need to keep at it.
Look at that. I think I'm doing all right.
Can't sleep.
Okay. Well, I suppose we might as well keep at it, because I don't have anything particularly cool that I want to say. Like, I don't know.
Hey, pal, watch where you throw those bloodstone things of yours. You drop them, you go pick them up, you understand? But if somebody gives you grief, you got my permission to chuck one right in his eye.
I'll just aim generally for the midsection, since the eyes are a lot harder to hit in my experience.
Thanks, Zagreus. Thank you. Oh, the mirror. Right. I forgot there was the mirror. Oh, I'm sorry, Zagreus. Oh, I suppose I could, because I'm not going to get, I'm certainly not going to get this anytime soon. Why did it show, oh, I have to use keys. Do you see that? Reveal 2 new talents hidden inside the Mirror of Night. Or hidden inside you. Their sense of humor and I get along very well. I like that. Well, I could get more weapons, which are lore. Or I could just spend this on doing more backstab. I really like backstab. Okay.
Ready, I think.
Alright. That's good. It's good to know, because I was like, it's an awfully small list. Hi, buddy. Okay.
My keepsakes.
I do need to find more of these eventually. Here, even mortal companionship can be eternal. Do I get a present from my friends? Oh. I wonder if... See, like... I just really like the sword. Hold on. Yeah, I suppose so, but sure. No.
Open up. Aegis, shield of chaos. Lend me
Shield
your power.
of chaos. This is like the Aegis. The one. Okay. Hi. Okay. Okay, that's pretty fun. Oh, wait! This is a defense. Oh, that's cool. It has a defense. I'm Captain America, I guess. Hey Sims, how's it going? Skelly. Oh, he has to fix his head. Oh, I can smash him into walls. Hold on. Wall slam. Wall slam. Wall slam. Oh, good, Sims. I'm glad you get a day off.
Never felt so alive.
Infernal arms? Oh, I have to slay a foe with it. Well. Shall we go struggle to use this? Let's do it.
No turning back.
Let's do it. I think I did pretty well last time. I suspect that's probably going to be the best run that I do for a little while.
That sound.
It's Dionysus! Oh, you're right. I forgot I had met Dionysus instead of Hera. Hera's just not participating in this whole thing.
That was revelry? People having a good time? Well, sure then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
You notice as soon as he says in the name of Hades, it activates like the screen, like does like the it's kind of like the thing when Hades gets mad and starts like putting me on trial. It's like the red, flashy redness. Oh man, what's he gonna be like? What's he gonna be like?
Zagman, how's it going? Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us already. We've been saving you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
Alright, he is having a good old time, as he should. So they're like surfer bro-ish version of Poseidon and Dionysus would have a good time together. They would get into trouble and imbibe lots of things. So the thing is, like, Dionysus is like never not a little drunk. Huh. So just as I was pointing out how Poseidon's hair looks like a wave, if you look at Dionysus's skirt thing, how it kind of like spills out like liquid, like spilled wine. It's very clever artwork. Very clever artwork. Meanwhile, of course, he's got the grapes and leaves all throughout here. Do you have a necklace? No, that's his hair. It's the end of his. He's got like a cool braid thing, and then it's just like a little blue bob here. I think that's what they're doing, Natalie. I think that they're intentionally doing that. Oh, it's a nice little touch. His little wine goblet is levitating. It's floating around. Oh, this is the sound of pulling a cork out of a bottle. Self-inflicts hangover. Oh, it's a little temporary poison. Oh, I like that. Yeah, well, I'm very happy for the internet that when everyone was locked at home last year, they had this game. See, part of why I wanted to prioritize playing it is because for a while there was so much fan art on Twitter, and I was like, I don't want spoilers, please. I should play this game. God of Wine and Madness, very good, has a certain sense of humor toward humankind. I'm interested in their version of Dionysus, though, because I think I personally always interpreted him more as, closer to their Poseidon, where like more of a not a frat party boy or anything like that, but like more of a like what we might say more of like a chill guy. Like, I mean, again, the whole story with him, like they try to kidnap him, and he's like, well, I mean, this won't do, but you can be dolphins. It's great to be a dolphin. Have fun being a dolphin. And that's I don't know. So I guess I expected him to be more gentle, but the way he talks sounds more like okay, so I'm gonna be going with like movie stereotypes here. But he like comes across more like the guy in a movie who's like the wealthy party boy who like offers to get you who offers to like find a way to hook you up with like the strong stuff or whatever. Which is not my personal, I like Dionysus. I like the thought better of a chill stoner guy, personality wise, but you know, that's fine. Festive fog. I don't cast. Explosive. Stuns.
Leave it to the god of wine to lighten things up around here.
Oh, he's excited. Oh, right, I have a new weapon to figure out. Ah! Okay. Okay. So it's descended from Athena's own shield. I thought it might be Athena's own shield, and I was like, did she lose it? Yes. Okay. I don't think I unlocked... Oh, I did! But if my dad is Hades and my mom is Nyx, how am I a demigod? Don't answer this question. Has some mortal blood in him, not just divinity. That's really interesting. Okay. I don't know what to make of that.
Ready for me?
Oh, it's written by Achilles. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Okay, that's a good... That's that. Get dead. Oh my god. Okay. So sometimes even Sassy McSasspants runs out of clever trash talking. It just trash talks badly. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yes, Achilles. Achilles is a demigod. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, we're good. Man. I like Achilles. Which is funny, I never liked... I was never attached to Achilles. Because he kind of throws a temper tantrum a lot in the Fall of Troy.
Heads up.
Oh, did I just backstab it at a distance? That's fun. Okay, hold on. Oh. Yeah. Friendship juice. I'm sorry. Wait, I thought I was gonna get... Oh, I did get it. Okay. Nope. Where are you? There you are.
Next up.
Right there.
Yay!
Who doesn't love this stuff?
Probably somebody. This looks like something went wrong because it's pink. Okay, I gotta look around just in case there's like a thing to look at. I didn't look around last time. The last room. See, look. That quote 300 is like an excellent example of Lauren trash talking. So when Zagreus doesn't trash talk super well, it's like we're connecting. What are you doing? You're just like dancing up there. Eek. Two can throw weapons here. Nope. Eek. Oh, I think I blocked one of those because I have a shield.
Gods grant me strength.
We'll do that. The only choice we've got. Oh, that makes sense, Blinkspot. We'll see if I can remember that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I do appreciate that it like defaults to like it hits an arc. Amazing. All right. Hello. You looking down from on high? You judging me? Don't judge me. I'm doing okay. Maybe it wasn't judging me. Maybe it was like, oh, he's doing a good job. Yay. Maybe. Oh, it's a hammer. Ah! Use your shield. Use your shield. No, get out of there, Lauren. This is a very dignified fight we were having there. Okay, I just gotta... These guys are a lot harder, so... I appreciate so much that I'm just like... No? I think Aerith with the chair was probably more dignified looking at me being like, which is basically what just happened. Okay. Dash strike. I can do that as it turns out. Deals damage in a larger area. Oh, I like that. Hold on. Your special can strike up to 4 additional foes. What is special? Oh, is that you throw your shield? No, but you want your shield. We're gonna just do that. Oh, but you kind of have to keep track of... That one has, oh, I bet that means there's a boss. I bet that means there's a boss. Let's find out. Is this theory correct? No. Yes, it is! Oh, shoot. That's not good. I'm like trying to use more of my moves, and as a consequence, I'm like... Darn it! Ugh!
That's what you get.
Alright. Alright. I'm using your shield. Maybe you'll like it. Oh my god, Chrono. Did I just slam jam that wall slam? I did. Oh, are there Hades slam jams? I don't know if slam jams are still being made enough for that to be a thing, but I'm delighted. Delighted. The thought of any of this. For anyone who doesn't know what a slam jam is when you mash up the song that's used in Space Jam with other things. And it's amazing. And it has Come On and Slam. And Welcome to the Jam. And there's a Come On and Slam bot on Twitter that if you say Come On and Slam, it'll tweet back at you. It's great. I love it. Nobody has made a Hades Slam Jam yet? I want to tweet an objection to the world. I'll try to do that tonight when I finish streaming. Okay. I'm not going to give her a present because the present is for Artemis because she's my favorite.
It's such a cruelty that your father hid the knowledge of your birth and life from us, my cousin. It's unacceptable.
He didn't tell them that he had a kid. Athena's super mad. She's so cool. I mean, that sounds useful. One of the prophecies on the fated list indicates you will choose this. So use this so you'll unlock a thing. I don't even... Okay, fine. Okay. Press the give the present button. Okay. Oh, that's my... I was about to ask where my limit break bar was, but it's there. Okay. Cool. Presumably, when I'm having problems, I use the give friendship juice button, and I summon a god. Oh. Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, calm down, Lauren. Calm down. Oh my god! There's so many of these things. I just... Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Where are they? I didn't die. So that's
all right.
Something. Okay, I got something. You know, I don't know that that's worth it to me. Then again, I'm pretty early in a run. So I can maybe give it a try. Hang on, calm down there a little bit with the quote adding. Like, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but let's not put too many all at once. Just like leave some space for others too. We're gonna do this. I don't have very much health.
No time to lose.
Oh, I haven't fought. Oh wait, no, I have some. This is like the worst possible room for this. No. I really don't like the laser crystals. Ah! Get out of there, Zag. Okay. Did it steal my...
That's that.
How did I not die there? I don't know how I didn't die there, but that's okay, I didn't.
Mine now.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, hold on. No! Oh my god, no, stop your laser bad, no! Okay. A boss that also has Dionysus versus Athena? No, thank you. Everything about that sounds like something I don't want to have happen. So I think instead, I will just Encounter my least favorite god. Cool. Sure.
Time to fight.
They're like, hey, Lauren, we know that you're low on health. Get out of there! Ah! The shield is... Oh my god, I don't even know what's happening over here, but I'm smashing them. Oh shoot. Okay. You...
Know that I admire your Lord Father very much, for his grim work lets me continue mine. I trust that one day you shall settle your dispute.
See, even the game doesn't like Ares. Nobody likes you, Ares. You're the bad guy, and you are a big old self-important meanie, but... Oh, I like that. We're going right with that. All right. Stupid meanie butt. Yeah, so Blue Glass playing through Final Fantasy XIV has that a lot for me. I actually have had to turn off my sparkly effect sometimes to try to figure out what's going on. So I think my brain is like, we're in this mode. Alright. We're gonna get a palm because I think that there's rewards for palms. Oh, did I just impale myself on spikes? I bet I did. Where are the bad guys? There are more bad guys somewhere. There you are. I love the little exclamation point over their heads. Ah, okay. That didn't work.
You want to go?
Oh shoot, I really don't like those guys. Oh. Yes. Okay, hold on. This isn't gonna be good. It's crystals! Get off the spikes! Get off the spikes! Don't be spikes! Spikes are bad for you!
The power of the gods.
Oh, I forget that I have this. I should probably use that sometimes. Oh, man. These two are both so good. Thanks, Blinkspot. I will try to remember. Okay, so we've got Zeus or not Zeus. I don't remember what that does. What does that do? Right, okay. I need to remember that. That would actually probably be really effective. That's the shop. Oh, psh. Well, I have money. I need healing. But I like lore. Let's go shopping. We'll go shopping.
Kieran's shop.
I get lore for talking to him.
Hey,
Hi.
good to see you out here, mate. It looks as though you've got some fine wares up for sale.
He's trying so hard to be friends. Oh my god.
Kieran, you've been such a reassuring sight, I thought I'd offer you a token of my gratitude.
Oh. Who even knows?
Wait, you don't have to give me something in return. It was a gift. Though, you're insisting, aren't you?
Wait, really?
I don't know what to say, mate.
Oh! Oh! He gave me a present! I love this. I have tried, though perhaps not persuasively enough. Zagreus is so, like, so incredibly, like, aggressively friendshipping people. I love this. I love this. I love this. Yay! Oh, man. I need some health. What are you? I don't know what the middle thing is. Okay, yes, no question. Have I seen the middle thing before? Okay. Well, I'm gonna get some food. And then I'm gonna buy this thing I've never seen before.
Still in one piece. You hunted down a real bargain there in Charon's shop. Though how about we try a slightly bigger deal on for size right now?
This game loves me. Oh, but I don't use cast. But that probably would be useful. But I can only learn so many things at a time. Okay. So I will say it's actually been nice for me. The fact that it rewards you, like the more you die, the more rewarded you are, makes it so that I'm willing to take risks. Because you've seen me before. If you've watched me play other games, I'm usually super cautious and really picky, and I agonize over everything. But here, like, I can see, like, my, like, level ups and stuff, like, are already making a difference in my ability to get through some of the stuff that was really hard at first. So I'm like, okay, I'll just, like, have, like, incremental improvements to get through eventually. In the meantime, there's so much to see and do that, like, it's fine. I, like, don't stress out over dying. I'm like, oh, cool, now I can go talk to Achilles again. I don't use that very much. Sure, let's try to see if I can figure out how to use that.
My senses sharpen.
Yeah. Bye, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing what his special thing is. Oh, but there was a way I could have gone over there and looked at something. Oh.
Hi, Meg.
Hi, Meg. I was about to say hi, Meg, myself.
There you are again. Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his domain like this.
Meg.
I'm sure he'd welcome all this feedback from you. Or maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
Oh, snap.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities.
Yes, I know you enjoy it. That much is apparent. Okay, don't just stand there and let that happen.
I'll make you scream.
Yeah, I don't know that Zag is into that. I mean, he's actually talked like he's not very into that. Oh, jeez. Oh, she's impervious, huh? No, I'm not going to hold still. You... No. Zagreus deserves better than you. No. No, stop it, Meg. Fortunately for me, no.
I'll send you back as often as it takes.
God, I really dislike Meg, but like in a good way. I think I'm supposed to. At least I think the game expects me to dislike her. Hey, I threw my blob at her. Twice. Hey, Hypnos, you're back. Where were you anyway?
Ha! Megara the Fury got you again. She is unstoppable, isn't she? One time, I tried to stop her on the way to have a chat with your dad, and she didn't even turn her head.
That's how unstoppable she is. You can't even get her to stop to talk to you. That, you know, I don't think that's usually what they mean by that, Hypnos, but you know, that's fine. That's fine.
My condolences.
That's true. He definitely is the cheerful person here.
Useless.
Hi, friend.
Achilles, have you ever run across the shade of Daedalus in all your time? I found some of his legendary hammers out there, but no sign of him.
I've never met him, no. Your father keeps him fully occupied with building out his underworld and renovating constantly. No wonder some of his old crafting tools are strewn about. I take it you've been able to make use of them?
I really like Achilles. I hope Patroclus is in here somewhere.
Indeed I have.
I really want to rescue him and reunite them. Okay. That's my quest. That's one of my quests. I've decided. I have a quest to reunite them. Okay, next time.
The hellish watchdog snarls at the listless shades crowding about the court.
All right, I'm off. You want more pets? I got more pets here, boy.
Oh. Oh, he's so cute. The little doggy noises. All right, Dad.
There's quite a lot of renovating to be done, isn't there, Father? Your house contractor there has shown a wide variety of pending jobs.
Zarius was like, maybe you could fix the house up a little bit? Man, Starky Poo, it's not. Although I think the entire internet has a particular, like, they choose which of the characters in this game they would like to date and then draw pictures of them. I suppose that's true, Noel Girl. No, I'm talking about wanting to set, wanting to reunite Achilles and his true boyfriend. I don't know if he's going to be in this game, but I hope so. I'm going to have really big feelings about that, just because. So, in like the original stories, as I'm used to them, basically, and I'm going to like. I mean, obviously, this is not actually how they are, but you know, if you can make Poseidon Broseidon, that I can summarize these characters these days. Where like Achilles is the like super grumpy, not obviously this Achilles is not. But I'm used to thinking of him as being this like super grumpy, doesn't care about anything, throws temper tantrums, kind of weird. But then he has his like sweet. Oops, sorry, I hit a button on my. I got excited. I hit a button on my computer. No, he like it's his like younger, like sweeter, more innocent boyfriend. So we'll see. Friendship and family sim. Or maybe they were cousins. Very good friends.
I've ordered Nyx to supervise that list. Entirely her problem, boy. And likely yours. How does it feel, knowing that your rampages create the need for so much maintenance?
Way to, like, support the patriarchy and heteronormativity. Traditional gender roles. Hades, I didn't need another reason to be mad at you, but taking care of the home is the woman's domain. Nam, 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 nam. Whatever, Hades.
Feels pretty good now that you mention it. Keeps everybody occupied now.
Zag is like, you can't make me feel guilty about this.
Go occupy yourself someplace else.
Hey, pals. I don't think I can afford anything, but let's take a look just in case. I think I have very little money. Where's my monies? Does it show me where my monies are? I want to fix up things for people, but I don't have the monies to do it.
Megara, the featured servant of the house.
Mega's employee of the month. Probably for killing me a whole bunch. Oh, we don't have anything sassy to say about the chef. Yeah, no, she is. It makes sense. She would get employee of the month. She is doing what she's supposed to do. Got stuck on chairs. Yeah, this place could use some livening up. 7 renovation monies. Okay, that's not enough.
What's new?
Keys for gemstones. Oh. Do I care enough about keys? There's like nothing good, but I just kind of want to like... Okay. I just like, I really want to renovate things. Hi, Mom.
I saw you took possession of the list of minor prophecies of the 3 faiths.
Oh, are they my sisters?
As ever,
Half
I should
sisters?
never have doubted my daughter's expectations. I was uncertain you had necessary guidance to select it from among the house contractor's many opportunities.
There are rules that she has to be careful about. She's not allowed to tell me things. Oh man! The Fates are my half siblings. That's mildly uncomfortable, actually. The Fates are mildly uncomfortable. But that's cool.
You offer something called the Fated List of Minor Prophecies to me, chances are I'm going to pick it up. Though, you make it sound like there's more I should know about it. Should I be concerned?
I love this boy! This is a boy after my own heart. Zagreus is great. Not that I should be surprised that the people who made Transistor are able to make a sassy smartass that I will love, because the Transistor just great. Just a great character. He was so full of sass and snark and charm and heart. And Zagreus is not just him again, but definitely they have a talent of writing that general kind of dialogue. So that's so cute. Yes, like a Fated List of Minor Prophecies. Obviously I'm gonna get it as soon as I see it.
You know exactly what is necessary and no more. I know better than anyone never to tamper with the Fates' design. Though, if they had cruelty in store for you through their list, I think that I would warn you anyway.
Okay, so Nyx is this, like, unreachable, like, higher than the gods level of like, power and otherness. But this is Mom saying that she loves him, which we kind of could have guessed because she's trying to help him rescue her, or trying to help him rescue himself. But because she comes across as, like, you know, very like she doesn't have emotional affect really, and you feel the otherliness of her. Like it's really good, like how she doesn't feel like the soap opera of everyone else. Like Hades, absolutely. Like Hades is a bad father. I've seen bad fathers before. There's nothing special about you, Hades. You're just another bad father who overworks and has unrealistic expectations, trying to turn your son into you and then resenting when he wants to be his own person. Snooze. But and like the rest of the gods, like I'm still figuring them out, but like they feel more human. But they've done a very good job of not letting her feel human, and that's also carried through with like the design decisions they've made with her. She has no emotion in her face. Like all the rest of the gods, they look like, you know, happy or haughty or like angry or something, but they are expressive. She is not expressive. And so as much as like I couldn't tell that she was his mom when she first showed up, because there was nothing like maternal and loving. So it's like, okay, for some reason she's decided to help him. Okay, he's her son, so she's trying to help him. I suppose that makes sense. But this line and the hesitation before it is like the most human thing that she's said. And this is her expressing love in her own way. I would defy the fates to try to help you, even though I know it would go nowhere. That's love. That's really cool. I really like Nyx. To have a character come across as like kind of like alien and unreachable and other like beyond our realm of existence, and yet to successfully convey love even within that's actually a really complicated thing to do, because it doesn't, her admitting that she would try to do this on his behalf in no way weakens her. Yeah, I feel that Nyx is a good mom within the rules of what she's allowed to do. I had either forgotten or didn't know that she was the Fates mom, but that the Fates are very complicated. sounds like Dusa is singing to herself as she cleans or something like that. I think that's her. You know, Nyx is absolutely gorgeous, but like, her being the Fates mom makes me feel like Zagreus. It's interesting because like the Fates are like the Fates. You don't like, even the gods don't mess with the Fates. Don't just, they're the Fates. And so like that's why like when I'm like, wait, the Fates are my siblings? That's really interesting because Zagreus doesn't come across as being an especially powerful god. And like we'll see kind of how things go, and he's a godlet, godling, however they want to use a cutesy little term for him. I love him having this serious conversation while I think Deuce is over there singing to herself. I think that's her. Yeah, that's her down there doing whatever she's doing. Like, it makes me wonder if there is some sort of, like, untapped amount of power or specialness in Zagreus, which would make sense being one of Nyx's children. I don't know. Why didn't Hades tell his siblings that he had a child? And why are there such strict rules about Nyx not being able to interfere with things? I wonder. I imagine this will be addressed eventually.
That's somehow reassuring.
It is! Your mom... Okay, so his dad doesn't ever tell him that he loves him, but his mom just did. Conducts such affairs that fail to reach his notice or gain his attention. For whatever reason, she feels like hanging out here, being in charge of the house. And does things. Oh, man. Zagreus is great. I love him. Alright, we have to go talk to her.
Hi.
She's really cute.
Turns out that I may be stopping back from time to time like this. But please don't bother picking up my room. I won't be staying long.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what that expression even means. Did I fully register his second eye? I don't think I ever did. How did I never fully register that he has an eye entirely in shadow?
Sure, but I'll just keep an eye on things in there from time to time, in case you change your mind. So, goodbye.
The filtering they've got on her voice is really interesting. Like, it's not just the particular voice that they've chosen to have her use, but they put this, like, almost wet-sounding filter. Like, she's...
Goodbye.
Alright. She's pretty cute. He's like, just because I'm coming back doesn't mean I'm going to stay coming back. I wonder if she's going to pull Midna, though. Like, are we going to see, like, a full version of Medusa and she's going to look awesome? Don't tell me.
What's in stock?
Oh, I already talked to you. They've got, like... It's like a whole bunch of friendship nectars. I'm gonna go get at some point. Alright, thanks, Mom. You're the best. Have I been everywhere, done everything? Think I have. Let's see what's going on here.
I want to go lie down.
What? 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 What?
Scratch one off the fated list.
Yes.
Oh. The family seems an interesting lot.
Oh, I'm glad he has a commentary on them. Yes. And now I have so much friendship juice to get them. It's gonna take me a while to get the rest of these. If I ever do. Dashing wallop. I already did that. Oh, I got a whole bunch this time. But I don't have enough keys. Oh, but I could double dash. That seems like a recipe for disaster. Or I could just save up for this. I mean, who needs anything else, right? That sounds like the most useful thing. I might actually do that.
How many times has it been?
Only 8. I'm gonna lay down. Okay. I'm really curious. Because he, like, refuses to lay down or rest ever.
It is the dead of night, or the approximation of it in the realm of Hades. Prince of the underworld Zagreus rises from a fitful slumber, with much mischief on his mind.
Mischief?
Mischief? Me? I was just going to have a little look through Father's stuff.
I love him. I love this boy so much already. This is how you do a character like this. So good.
All is quiet at this time. Ever-dreaming Hypnos put a spell upon the house, as willful Zagreus had asked of him. All are fast asleep, save for the prince. It is exactly as he planned.
Wow.
Lower your voice, old man. I'm trying to be sneaky here.
I'm so delighted by this. Yeah, no, like, I mean, I guess Hypnos is also sibling to the Fates, so he's pretty powerful. Oh my god.
He ventures toward the stately throne of his lord father, half expecting to be caught, but ill expecting what he is about to find.
Oh my god, okay.
I said, shut up, old man.
I love you, Zagreus. Why are you the best? He's so great. I love this boy. Also, do you hear all these guitars? Just listen to these guitars. You know what is a good instrument? The guitar. In all its... Oh, it's so pretty. I want people to have covered this song. Oh, so much guitar layering. The bass part, that one part is really good. That ending is everything. The pieces precisely, like, they line up perfectly. They complement each other perfectly. You can tell the composer himself is the one who plays the guitar, and he is excellent. Like, I love his sense of music, like his idea of what is beautiful. Like, his music is so distinctive and different. I don't think there is anyone else in, like, the entirety of video game compositions. I mean, maybe now that there are people who are influenced by him, but I don't think there's anyone else who sounds even remotely like Darren Korb. Like, I think he has a sound that is uniquely his own. Trying to classify the genre that Bastion's music falls into is so difficult, because it has this weird, like, industrial sound effect stuff going on, and this texture to it, and then it had some guitars, and then I feel like he has leaned more and more heavily into his guitar work as they put out new games, and this is perhaps the most guitar-centric soundtrack of his that I have heard. I don't know if Pyre, which is the only Supergiant game that I don't know. I don't know if Pyre has a lot of guitar. This is the most guitar game, which I have no complaints about because guitar is my... You may not know this. Guitar is actually my favorite instrument. But I love the fact he could have just coasted. He could have coasted by on the style of music that he made for Bastion, which again, like, Bastion is this game about bits and pieces of things coming together, and there's like the texture of Bastion fits Bastion's world as it comes apart. It has like construction, and it has like destruction, and it has the different regions of the world and like the violence of the world, and it all comes together in whatever he did with like a like it's so cool. And then yet when it strips away from that to the like really spare vocal music, like it's gorgeous. And so yeah, Setting Sail Coming Home is fantastic because it merges both of those styles. Yeah, flute isn't even my favorite instrument of the ones that I perform with. I like singing better, but I do love flute. I do. And then Transistor, because the game is about a singer, like the vocal songs in Transistor are just unbelievably good. Like they're so good. And yet they're very different from the vocal songs in Bastion. And like, we'll see what winds up. I know there's at least one vocal song in this because I have seen them perform that at VGM Together, the event that we all performed at, and they performed after me, which was really cool. So I got to hear Ashley Barrett complimented my singing. It's like, I'll take that. I wonder why, like, because like this is like the layers of this, like there's a lot of darkness to it because he clearly knows his instrument very well, so he knows like so sorry, I really want to continue the lore. This is why I'm playing this game, but I have to just sit and talk about the music for a bit. So I am working on a cover of Hollow from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Shocking everyone, I know. And I'm working on it with my guitar friend, who is the same person that I did The Price of Freedom with. And we were trying to figure out what key we wanted it to be in, because I do not sing the same register as the guy who sings the original. And we couldn't make up our mind between different keys, because even though they're like 3 steps apart, which isn't a huge step, the sound of the instrument, even shifting it down, like for some reason it just has a different character. And I feel like Darren Korb knows, because I guess different tunings and keys and things in guitar have different sounds. And so he's doing something with the keys, his choice of what key to write this song in, to make it have this darkness. And I have no idea, because I don't play guitar. And no, I know so many guitarists that I would rather just focus on making music with what I have and just get my guitarist friends to guitar for me. Although, if there were ever an opportunity to do an open mic, it would be nice to be able to play and accompany myself. But that's not an option that I have, unfortunately, because it would take a lot of work to learn to play an entirely different instrument that's very different from anything else. Anyway, all this to say, Darren Korb is brilliant, and I have a lot of friends who are game composers or aspiring game composers, and like, a lot of them are very good at doing music that sounds very good, but it does sound like something that I have heard before. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But thinking over game music, even the RPG composers that I love very much, there's not like this sounds like nothing else I've ever heard. Like, you have to give Mitsuda credit that Mitsuda soundtracks all sound like Mitsuda. Whereas I feel that Uematsu is a little more varied, or was. I think since he's gone into retirement. But like Darren Korb and Ben Prunty are two of the composers that I can think of who are unlike anyone else. And just Darren Korb is just completely in a league of his own. Nobody else makes music like Darren Korb. I've never heard... See, like, Soken is good. Don't get me wrong. Soken is extremely versatile. But I've yet to hear a single thing on the Final Fantasy XIV soundtrack, no matter how much I may love it, where I'm like, wow, I have never encountered music like this before in a video game. I would say Soken is a master of his craft, but he is not the revolutionary genius in video game composing that I think Darren Korb is. And that is not an insult against any other composer out there. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Darren Corbin's really good. That's what I'm getting at here. Let's continue.
He does not know exactly what he seeks. He only knows that something always has felt off to him. That he does not belong. Who is he? Lord Hades never would indulge such questions. So Prince Zagreus would find out for himself.
Is this when he finds out that Nyx is his mom, or is there another secret?
I'm not listening.
Oh, child. He's not actually a child. I have to go where I'm not supposed to go just to see what happens. You know that.
Through his lord father's possessions. There is not much of any import there. Ledgers and administrative parchment work. Correspondence from Olympus which he had ignored. No trace of any reference to his son.
Why is he keeping him secret?
But then there is the note. Written finally in a hand and voice the likes of which the prince had never seen or heard.
Hades, I can no longer tolerate my life here in this place. So I'm leaving, even if it kills me. I won't be returning to Olympus. If there is a place where I belong in this world, it must be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden. Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him. Persephone.
This is like literally my first question. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know much about how she's going to be in this game, but I like her. Yeah, having dwelt so long in the underworld, can you actually return to Olympus? And there's a sweetness to her. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden. Like there's just something really gentle and wistful about that. And the love for Cerberus. Alright, sorry, spoiler chat. Oh, I sometimes feel like maybe I unintentionally have a knack for pausing at the worst possible moments.
Thus did Prince of the Underworld Zagreus absorb the contents of this hidden letter, written in his mother's hand.
But it said it was a voice that he had never heard before. A voice and a script he'd never encountered before.
His mother's hand. My mother's hand? Wait, what? You're saying this Persephone, that she's my mother? But father always said that Nyx was that liar. He lied to me. They both did. All my life.
That is like the best use of breaking the fourth wall. Oh my god, I just like the layers of just... they're also really good at writing. In addition to having absolutely gorgeous art and the music that I just went off about for like 15 minutes. Can we talk about how good the writing is? Yes, the way it's delivered, like the way it's written, the fact that they've been making a joke this entire time about the fourth wall breaking with the narrator. And it's a joke, and it's a joke, and it's a joke until the moment it isn't a joke. Until the moment that disconnect has ramifications for the story. And the way Zagreus performs this entire paragraph of dialogue. It feels real. It sounds natural. The emotion comes through. It's so good.
Thus did the prince discover, inadvertently, the well-kept truth about his lineage. Entirely by chance, this did occur.
Comedy, comic relief. We're having an important story moment, but there's still some comedy in there, but it isn't out of place. I'm sorry. I'm being undone by the music in this section. I can't handle how good it is. Oh, and then there's just like a little bit of major chord there. And the theremin is a good choice because we're dealing with things that are creepy a little bit, and theremin is so often associated with ghosts and horror. And you've got just the electric guitars coming in. The way he manages to get the texture of the acoustic even when the electric comes in, and they both are so like crisp and clear. I love it. So I've talked at length about my love of the Goo Goo Dolls, and that's something that they do very well, is combining textures of guitars without it ever turning muddy. So when I mixed The Price of Freedom, that was the thing that I was like, I'm going to make sure I do. It's hard, as it turns out. And then it just like picks up and jams. Are they gonna add more layers with each bit we discover? I love this. He's like, something is not right, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And he gets Hypnos to help him. The narrator knows too much. It's so good.
Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld. Where had she gone? And why? Engulfed by newfound questions and his rage, the prince decided to confront his lord and master.
This is not going to go well. But you lied about everything about who I am for my entire life. It's a pretty good reason to be mad at Dad. And then silence. Whispering.
You... why?
It's not Hades he confronts first. Do you hear the emotion in his voice there? Did you hear the emotion? Her sighing. This is complicated and beautiful. She knows it's coming. He's so hurt. He's so confused. This is the person he always thought was his mother.
You're... Nyx, you're not my mother. All this time, you and my father, you lied to me?
Yeah, this is very well delivered.
Oh, my dear child. So now you know. So now you know. But only half the truth. I can explain the rest, so... please. It never was my wish to hurt you.
Okay, I take back everything I said about, yes, showing no emotion. You get chills. because they've done such a good job. Like, I was just talking about how, like, otherworldly, and, like, outside the realm of emotion and understanding she is, and how that one moment of emotion and love, like, unemotionally shared love, was so powerful. That none of that goes away to see this. It makes this more effective. I love this. So now you know. So now you know. Like, just that repetition. That's like the telling of the story, the shaping of the story, the characterization, all of this is good. The dialogue, when they write sass well, but there's a like a rhythm and a skill, sentence to sentence and word to word, that they are very good at. And that is one thing that frequently games, even games with good stories, that's not the focus. And this one, like I said, this one is very funny. But it's not just the comedy. What now?
Mother, I wonder, will you even remember me?
He's gonna go find Persephone. This whole thing is him going to go find Persephone. And Nyx is willing to move heaven and earth to make that happen because she loves him, because she raised him as her own. God. I have this, like, lightness in my heart, like, oh, I'm so glad they make you discover this. Because if they presented this at the beginning, I would be like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a sympathetic motivation. Oh, I like this. But because of the investment that we already have in these characters, and specifically in Nyx and in Zagreus, like, it hits. It hits hard. So his whole thing isn't just, I'm not happy here. His whole thing isn't just like, this isn't where I belong, and I can't be the son you want me to be, and I don't want to become you, Father. His whole thing is, I don't belong here. I belong with my mother, and you lied to me to keep that from me, to try to force me to be your son and force me to belong here. But as much as I am your son, I am also my mother's son. And the reason why I have never felt like I belonged here is because I am her son. God. So no wonder he's so excited about having more family, because, like, yes, obviously he's never fit in here, and he's never been close to his father. I assume he knew about the other gods, but never, and he knew he was related to them through Hades, I assume. Hades doesn't want to lose Zagreus the way he lost Persephone, though. I bet he wasn't a workaholic before she left. I bet she left, and Hades required that she leave Zagreus. Don't confirm or deny. So I bet that Hades became a workaholic after his wife left him, basically. And so Nyx, my guess is that Nyx stuck around to make sure that this child grew up with a mother. Because there are strict rules about what Nyx can and cannot do, and what she can and cannot tell him. So she couldn't tell him, but she could help. So wow, yeah, Hades' behavior makes a lot of sense. He's very, very, very much trying to... He's got control issues. And So we have, in modern era, people really enjoy having the story of Hades and Persephone being a love story. And at the very least, I like the idea of Persephone being like literally the light of Hades' life. And yes, people have talked about like the great and terrible Persephone, etc., whatever. I like Persephone as the daughter of Demeter. I like Persephone as the, you know, the goddess of springtime. The girl who is all about life and youth and energy and beauty. And that being something that Hades lacks utterly and is drawn to. Like, I like that dynamic. And I kind of wonder if that's a dynamic. And then, of course, like, her eventually getting tired of it is a theme that you'll see. Like, I believe Hades Town, which I think is the story of Orpheus going down to rescue Eurydice. And he meets, obviously, Persephone. And Persephone is, like, super bitter and super jaded and sings this great song, which is, I think, the only song I've heard from the musical, because one of my previous roommates was, like, obsessed with that song in that musical. And surprisingly, she didn't make me watch or listen to the whole thing. But the idea of, like, Persephone, like, resenting, I hate being here. I hate this. You've taken away everything that I love, and I only get to see it for half a year. And I wonder if that rule even applied in this version. I don't know. But, oh man, I am so glad. This was such a good decision. This was such a good decision. They did such a good job. They did such a good job. I don't know if this was like an original concept or if they worked through this in the draft phase and were like, actually, wouldn't it be better if we did it this way? And if that was a question they asked themselves, like, yes, in fact, you were right. I wonder, because I spent, oh, there's a button that lets you see your stuff. Okay. I spent part of the first stream trying to figure out. Take one look at him, and I think any questions of his parentage are soon resolved. Oh, that is hilarious. Because I'm pretty sure this means he looks like Hades because he's Hades' son. Which is true. He looks like Hades because he's Hades' son. But it's also hilarious. There's a beautiful level of irony there. Because also the questions of his parentage are like what drives the plot. Because there are questions of his parentage, and that for him was the inciting incident for the whole story. And I like how we don't see it's like he's gonna go confront his father, and then we don't see that. We see him talk to Nyx instead, and he's wounded, and she loves him. There's some sort of huge prophecy going on. There's some big stuff going on. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. Have I given a present? Let's give a present to not mom. Apparently.
Shall we get back to business?
Nyx, you've done so much for me. I thought you might like this.
He's so cute. He's so sweet. Yeah, no wonder, like, because I was like, the way he talked to her, I was like, oh, she must have just appeared recently because he seems kind of awkward, like he doesn't know how to talk to her. It's because his entire relationship with her changed recently, so he doesn't know how to talk to her now that he knows she's not his mother. Like, I mean, I imagine he was never like, mommy, even when he thought she was his mother. But still, he would have had the relationship that he knew what to do with. And suddenly that's been turned on its head. So he's having to kind of rediscover what is his relationship with his strange, unknowable not mother. I'm curious what she says.
You know your father does not like it when nectar is doled out on the premises, dear child. However, I am not he. And I wished, regardless, to provide you a token of my affection.
Yay! She loves me.
I'm very grateful, Nyx.
Claim granted.
By discovering more of the story. Apparently. Shut up, Dad. Hmm. I want to give one to Artemis because I love Artemis. I mean, I could also give one to Achilles. Here we go, artifacts. No. Wait. I know, but I can give another one to Achilles, right? There's a second heart. See, there's a second heart and it's not locked. Wait, hold on. There was a listen.
Moaning and groaning.
Cause of death, old age. That's a good one. I want to go through there. Was I able to see this much of it earlier? Maybe. I'm gonna make this place better for everyone, and then I'm gonna leave. There's a wine glass on the door from the looks of it.
Next claim.
I could give one to Hypnos. I really want to give one to Artemis. I really want to give one to Artemis, but I love Achilles. Their take on Achilles. He's a great character.
No, this is for me. You really shouldn't have. You're spoiling me rotten.
I love, like, they feel like actual friends. Like, I don't know. It's very cute.
I just happen to think you deserve better than you've got down here, Achilles.
Okay. You can give him a lot of hearts. That's good. I will slowly do that. It'll take some time. Do I want to give one to Hypnos? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give one to Hypnos and see what happens. Apparently, Hypnos... So the Fates, as it turns out, are not actually my half-sisters, and Hypnos is not actually my half-brother. That uncomplicates things, I suppose.
Surprise, Hypnos. I got you this.
That's cute.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't bring that in here. Just kidding. Thanks. But wait, I'll trade you. Look.
Yeah, the writing is really good. It's beautifully poetic, and Achilles has a voice. Sometimes I can't understand. There are a few sentences that I'm like, I don't know what this means in the book. Because they opted for poetry over clarity. But it works. It's fine. It's like, oh, you can't do that. No, it's fine, thanks. That's cute. Nobody minds. This is contraband.
Cheers, Hypnos.
Okay, so that's just showing me that there's a heart. Okay. Excellent. Good. I have now gifted. I want to go there. Oh, 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 oh. You know what this is? This is Persephone's garden. That's why it's locked away. Do not confirm or deny, but I'm like 99% positive that I'm right. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited about this. It's so good. It's such a good thing, and it's so much more interesting that they did it this way. It's like a cool reveal, and it's interesting, and it's got nuance and depth and meaning and characterization and stuff. Did I say that the first stream, Blank Spot? Well, good job, past Lauren, but you didn't even know. It's like I'm rediscovering the thing I already discovered, but now I have context. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Like, I want to go look at the stuff. Hold on. We'll do a stopping point in a minute. But first, we're gonna go look in our. We're going over here. Yes, I'll talk to you later.
What's this one do?
Nyx. Oh, that's right. I gave him a present, my friends. Oh, that's cool. Hypnosis, like, here's some money. That's cute. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Okay, folks. People are like, I wonder how long this stream is gonna take. It's gonna take as long as it takes for us to get to Persephone. Mark my words. I don't care how hard this game is. I don't care how much this game is designed to keep me in a loop doing the hard thing. I don't care that I have never played a roguelike before in my life. If an end game exists for this game, and I believe it does, we are going to get there. Not just for lore, but for Persephone, for reuniting this sweet boy with his mother. The note from Persephone gave me everything I needed to know to be immediately invested in him seeing her. And we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna go all the way. Like, I'm gonna beat this game. I'm going to get to Persephone. They can't keep me from getting there. Zagreus and I are going to. I don't care how many of his crummy exes and his dad's unfortunate employees, and probably eventually we're going to have to fight friends, and it's going to be tragic, and I'm going to be really upset, but also we secretly enjoy it. Like, we're going to do this. And we'll turn on God mode if we need to, but I'm going to see how far I can get without it, because so far, I feel fine. So far, this game doesn't feel too hard. I don't know if that means the game's not actually as hard as I was expecting it to be, or if I have somehow learned a lot about games. But for example, fighting Meg when she started doing her like little like black bubbles on the ground, like I knew exactly how to run out of those because I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm a caster class, but I have to get out of the lava pool before the thing happens or I die. So it's like all this like skill. Like I feel like every game that I play, the previous games that I played, built up a skill that I needed in order to then be able to play the next game. So I don't, we'll see if I want a wildly overpowered build. But I don't know if I don't know. We'll see. Okay, God mode is just damage reduction. Okay. That sounds kind of like, can you toggle it on and off the way you can assist mode? Because I think maybe I'm not bad at video games. I think I just hadn't unlocked a part of my brain, the strategic mind, that I never knew I had up until the past few years, which is why I'm now a marketing strategist. I do strategy for work. Well, I mean, not marketing strategist makes you think I'm an analyst. I don't do analytics, but I do come up with marketing plans and strategy. But like the thinking about how things work and how things fit together, like execution has always been a struggle, and you can still tell because I do still struggle with keeping track of buttons. Okay, Smackian can do the analytics. I get other people to do analytics for me if I can. But thanks, Vi. Yeah, 10 runs in. I think I'm doing all right. Like Like, buttons are clearly still a weakness of mine. The fact that I have to come up with a mnemonic device, I don't retain that stuff. For whatever reason, I don't. So I have to come up with a mnemonic device to be able to remember it. But I know that I need that and can therefore work around it. Which is honestly the next best thing. Recognizing what you can't do and finding a way to do it. Which is, I mean, that's what we do. Especially people who have neuroatypical brains. You have to learn to hack your brain in order to be able to function in the world. You're like, I can't just will my brain to be better at things that it's not good at. But what I can do is find ways to make my brain be able to do the thing that needs to get done, even if it's not in the way that most people can do, whatever. But like, buttons continue to be hard. Sometimes I have a hard time processing what's going on screen, but I now have more of a pool of, what's the word? I've gained enough skill that I can do stuff with instinct a little bit. Which, like, I'm slow to process things, but I've done DDR so much that my brain can kind of on autopilot take the information and tell my feet what to do without me consciously having to think through it. And I'm getting to the point where there's like a little bit of that for games like this. So why is for yeet that's special? No, but yeet is the blob, and that's B for blob. No, it's not muscle memory exactly. There's something different. Some maybe muscle memory is a part of it, but either way, like, it's kind of cool and exciting because people are like, you're gonna play Hades, Lauren? You don't play roguelikes, and it's hard, and you die a lot. And I'm like, look, I play Dark Souls. It's hard. You die a lot. There was lore. I think of controls as directions rather than the letters. Yeah, well, so like, it should come as no surprise to anyone that I have a really hard time remembering which button is which. So when they're like, press the X button, press the Y button, I'm like, and I look down at the controller. But I can look at the B, and I can see it. If I'm like, I know that B is the blob. So I can look and see B. Okay, so I've got that if I need it. But most of the time, I'm like, this is the button for my feet, and this is the button for my jump. But there's no jump in this game. So it's got to be something else. Yeah, this is definitely not as hard as Dark Souls, especially because it's easier to see the difference that things make, like small differences. I love that they give you one extra life. It's very cheap, and then it's super expensive to get the next one. And I am absolutely going to save up. I don't care what the keys. I'm not even going to unlock whatever the rest of the keys are, probably, because I want that third life, because that's going to make such a difference. We'll see if I do that. But yeah, it's been nice, because I've set my hotbar in Final Fantasy XIV a very specific way so that I can work around the limitations of my brain, and streaming it has been very interesting because other people have informed me that actually their Red Mage hotbar is similar, and I'm like, really? I always thought that was just that my brain couldn't process things, but it turns out that the thing I had to do to hack my brain works for other people, so yay! Yeah. So the thing is, I'm not worried. Like, committing to getting to the end of this game doesn't feel like a big, scary, hard thing. I mean, it took me 1.5 years to beat Dark Souls, so if this game takes me 1.5 years to beat, well, that would not be unprecedented. But I don't know that it's going to, take that long. We'll see. Obviously, I have no concept of how much stuff there is. And then, like, done. There's going to be lore that I may not have unlocked, depending on how long it takes me. But see, like, 50 plus tries, like, that's no big deal. Like, I've almost gotten 10 tries in, like, 3 weeks, a month? Like, okay, so we have, like, 6 to 7 months of this game. Whatever. That's fine. That's not unusual. It took me 6 months to get through Final Fantasy VII Remake. I took 70 hours to beat a 40-hour game. So we'll see. But there's a lot of lore. Yeah, and I'm really excited about that. So it may be that we keep going after we get there. I have no idea how that's going to work. And please don't tell me. Because, like, are we going to once again find our way back in Hades, the Hall of Hades? I don't know. I guess we'll deal with that when we get there. It'll take a while. But it doesn't feel like a relentless slog, no. It's fun, and there's so much variety and stuff, and there's reward for the variety. Actually, I will be rewarded, I think, more for not just sticking to one weapon and then filling it up and then sticking to the next weapon. Like, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I love that it truly feels rewarding to come back here. Even Zagreus is fine. He's like, well, I guess I'll be coming back every so often for a while. Eventually I'll stop coming back. But yeah, no, he's definitely not just throwing a temper tantrum. He's not just like, you don't understand me, Dad. He's like, you kept my true identity secret from me. You lied to me about my mother, and there's someone out there who probably loves me. She didn't mention him in her note. I wonder if she doesn't know. Because that could happen. Like, that's the sort of thing that could happen. Hades could have created... Like, Hades could have worked some weird magic to create something of Persephone after she left to remind him of Persephone, and thus created a child. And Nyx, maybe was involved with that process, and maybe it's not entirely a lie. Because it is a big deal to leave your child behind and never get back in touch. And then the note didn't say anything. Either that, or maybe she tried to leave with Zagreus and she couldn't take him with her. There's so many, I want to know, and the game will tell me, and it's so exciting. I'm so happy. If there's one thing that I love, again, shocker, if there's one thing I love, it's having all this juicy stuff to try to figure out what's going on in a game, trying to guess what happened in the past, trying to guess what's happening next, and it's so well written, and just the breaking of the fourth wall right there. Yeah, this game definitely deserves Game of the Year. Like, the music, the gameplay, the visuals, the writing, the voice acting, the guitars. It's all so good. It's all so good. Yes, it's so juicy. Yes, Squizcar. And maybe we're going to get family drama, but the rest of the family too. See, and so, but it is the skull and the pomegranates, because it is Persephone. Like I said, why are there pomegranates if it's not Persephone? But the... Oh man. So they're all gonna have feelings too. Everyone's gonna have feelings, and oh man. What if I get out and don't go to Olympus because Mom's not at Olympus? Or what if there's an entire second section of the game that's Olympus you have to get through in order to get to Persephone? I don't know. The possibilities are endless, and I am so excited about this game. Video games are for feelings. Yes. Spock. Yes. You are right. Video games are all about feelings. That's what they're for. That's what they do. That's what they deliver. If I have anything to say about it. Alright, folks. I should really shut down now. But thank you so much for listening to me. Oh my god. I'm so excited about this whole turn of events is so good. I'm just somewhat incoherent. Like, you can tell when I lose my enunciation. I'm just like, right? Am I right? Or am I right? Alright. Good night, folks. Stay safe. Try not to get, like, impaled on spikes, or like have an ex-girlfriend attack you, or like whatever. Don't go to Hades. Not recommended. F-, would not visit again. All right, we'll find Persephone later. Good night, folks. Bye. Thank you.